So, hey guys, Chauzu here, and this is going to be my nav level 65. This is by far the lowest nav level ever for me in a treasure map, and it's not like I did this just because I've lost interest or couldn't be bothered, something like that. No, the thing is that we had a Nintendo Direct this week, of course, which I followed. And then it got announced that we're getting the F-Zero 99 game. And I've never played an F-Zero game, but I do like the 99 games. So I downloaded, started playing. I was horrible. Couldn't win anything. Couldn't get top 50. But I had a lot of fun, so I kept playing. Got better and better. And not going to lie, I got incredibly addicted. So at this point of recording this video, I'm in the top 100 ranking, and I've got pretty decent at least. I wouldn't call myself good. I actually was watching Twitch while playing Treasure Map a bit today, and I saw Clint Stevens playing F-Zero 99, and I'm not like a huge fan or anything, but he was the only one streaming, and not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed. He was a lot better than me. But you don't have to be the best to win or get decent placings. So basically what I've been doing is trying to multitask F-Zero 99 with Treasure Map. The problem is that with racing games, it's hard to multitask. So in reality, I have had to put OPTC on the side basically. So yeah. Luckily for me though, this is like one of the most treasure maps I've ever seen, so despite playing so little and not having many boosters, I'm still able to get top 500, which I'm very happy about. And let's be real, like if the top 500 was in danger, I'd reprioritize, because I definitely don't want to lose my gold keys. Those are very important for me, but since I'm getting them, like there's not much to complain about. A small change here, I noticed that I don't really need to remove the death up here, so I skipped the Zoro special a bit. And yeah, since I'm so low level, like I have not really been challenged by this treasure map, really. Usually when I make teams, I have the minimum assumption that they last like 100 nav levels, and yeah, we're quite a bit away from that. And the fun thing is that when Saturday rolled around, I was like nav 40, and I still intended to get to 100 navs because I've had like a personal goal to always get to 100 navs in a treasure map. But then I started playing F-Zero 99. It said we're going to, during the weekends, we're going to do Grand Prix every 30 minutes. And I was like, geez, that sounds a lot of fun. But the problem is that you can't just do the Grand Prix and then take it easy. You have to farm tickets in the game to be able to enter the Grand Prix. So basically, what I ended up doing Saturday, instead of doing a treasure map all day, which I usually do, I ended up doing F-Zero all day and a little bit of treasure map. So when I woke up today, I was like ranked 450, but yeah, it's dead. So I had to do like 10 levels today, and I was able to secure my top 500. Top 10% was never in danger. I still intend to have 100 nav levels as the baseline, but yeah. Now having a bit of wiggle room seems more okay, like you have this arbitrarily threshold which has been passed, so now it's not as important, but to be able to play like I want to play, I can't ignore treasure map. I have to do a good effort so I can limit break stuff and get other important resources. But I am in like a pretty good spot. I have like 300k treasure map tickets as well, so if something unforeseen happens or I'm in a crisis, I do have that resource to use as well. Otherwise, teams have worked pretty well. not the best teams ever. Like if I went to level 150, some of them would probably be pretty subpar, but yeah, I take it. The fun thing with this team is that, like, you guys know me, like I don't like copying, and if I do copy, I do give credit. But yeah, I had posted another team for this that didn't work, so I started trying things, and I put Kid Law on the team, since they were good to give end of turn damage from the Saints in the Shame Boundary. I wanted to enable them, so I put Sorrow, and Nami is for the one orb and such. Anyway, the main gist here is that when I posted this team, my former teammate, I think it was, yeah, he said that, yeah, he had built the exact same team, and I presume posting it in a chat I frequent. But yeah, I swear I made it myself as well. But this is probably something I'll do a video about sometimes, since I think it's interesting. But it's a lot easier to build the same team if the team you're building is optimal. Like, now I can't say that this team is truly optimal, but it's at least pretty damn good in terms of the damage you get from the amount of specials you use. But if you're able to build a team like that, then yeah, it's a lot easier that other people build the same team. We have the same problem in stuff like Grand Voyage, for example, where they don't allow a lot of solutions in the first place, and also stuff like Hurricane Adventures, at least if you try and use the boosted list. Anyway, this is probably the worst team I have, but since I wasn't playing a lot, I figured having one full boosted team is pretty nice. And yeah, it's a shame about Momo. The poor guy looked so impressive on his reveal, but there's just been bad news after bad news. The first bad news is what you just saw. It takes forever to use his special. It's literally a nightmare to use his special, which is very bad if you're supposed to be a speedrun captain. And the second bad news was that his captain ability was actually mistranslated, so it's only -2 CD for himself. Honestly, I think that's one of the gravest errors I've seen. And it didn't get a lot of attention, but I'm sure there are literally people who pulled for Momo just because he looked like a modern version of V1 Kaido. But that's obviously not what it turned out, so yeah, that's a pretty big scam, in my opinion. So yeah, despite being a little slow, at least it's pretty easy. And well, at least this team was pretty decent for my pretty poor multitasking while playing F099. Okay, got 2 more mini bosses. And yeah, this team has worked pretty well. Not sure if this team will work properly to like level 150 or such, but so far it has done the job pretty well. Way clear with Luffy, way clear with Sorrow, keep that 4 boost. And yeah, one thing I noticed was that of course Luffy resists the spear with his captain, but not all of it. Well, it does if you have the full captain ability, but sometimes when you have friends, they haven't the best Luffy. But I understand that Robin thankfully removes the spear with her special too, so it ended up being a non-issue, which is pretty nice. But it's been a pretty weird feeling to have played the Treasure Map so much, but at the same time it doesn't feel like I played so little. It's a bit weird like that, like it's so mindset dependent. Like for example in the Super PvP this month I did quite a lot of runs, but nothing close to when I got number 1. And I also only faced 3 teams. When I got number 1, I only faced hard teams. But I felt like the effort was the same, when it obviously wasn't. But of course, when I was going number 1, I had another focus, mentality, so didn't really leave time to think about stuff like that. And obviously I didn't have the same motivation now, even if it was obviously more chill to just face 3 teams all the time. So the same thing with this treasure map, didn't play a lot, but I still had it in my mind. I was a bit stressed I was going to do 100 nav levels, so yeah, it still has occupied my mind quite a bit, so to say. And yeah, I feel like this has worked pretty well, but of course sometimes I've forgotten the super swap. In both the videos I recorded at the beginning of Treasure Map, I actually forgot it, so yeah. Pretty silly, but it is what it is. Okay, finally we got to the lead performers. And yeah, this boss has been pretty chill too. Not sure how chill it will have been without Zoro, but Zoro has been a big help of course, but Gear 5 Luffy, even bigger help. And yeah, I do feel for a lot of people who has to make the hard decision of what to do with their Gear 5 Luffy if they only got 1 copy. Like, I couldn't imagine giving up my own 6-star Gear 5 Luffy, since that he's such a strong and unique legend. And the 6+ is way less unique and strong, except for in Grand Party, but I don't think the difference in Grand Party is big enough to warrant it, if that makes sense. But hopefully we'll be able to buy skulls eventually, but obviously if you're a new player, buying skulls from Kisana for a unit you already own and have got skulls for is less of an option than for older players like me and maybe you watching. So yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation. At the same time, I'm personally super happy that it was a side grade, since that's just a lot more fun. Like, it's very boring when you get the same unit again with just a bit higher multipliers and just a power creep. So I'm happy that it was a side grade, even if I understand that it's an issue for some people. Like, for most people, pulling 1 or 2 copies of a Super Fest exclusive is a big difference, of course. Okay, yeah. That's my final run. Going to leave this treasure map to rest, and now it's time to prepare for the upcoming super boss. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to post my pulls from the Kaido Super Fest, basically, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.